Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashada Deshatahari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this is a famous shloka. Simply by expansion of his eyebrows, invincible time personified can immediately vanquish the entire universe. However, formative time does not approach the devotee who has taken complete shelter at yoga of the sweat. Text 57. If one by chance associates the devotee even for a fraction of a moment, he no longer is subjected to the attraction by the results of the karma and jnana. What interest then can be there in the benediction of the demigod, or subject to the laws of birth and death? Beautiful shlokas for a devotee. In fact, it is so encouraging. Prabhupada puts in the mark of pure devotion to Krishna. And when we read Bhagavatam, which is the topmost Vedic literature, as certified by Vedavyasa himself and all great acharyas, abhors bhakti activity. And bhakti is not a sentiment. First, let us understand. Krishna is saying here, or Lord Shiva is saying here, that Krishna is so powerful. Just by blinking his eyes, he can destroy the whole universe. So powerful is Krishna. We are trying to approach a personality, and Prabhupada says sometimes in Krishna book, he says that personality who could swallow the whole universe. This is not in Krishna book, but some explanation Prabhupada has given. He is a personality who could swallow the whole universe. A personality who could show, rather he says, Vishnurupa in his mouth to Mother Yashoda. What service can you offer her? Just try to do something, whatever you can. Try to understand how great that person is. And every religion we say God is great. Agreed. But how great Krishna is, they have to come and open Bhagavatam. Where is the discussion anyway? How is he great? In God we trust. Just like in America, and Prabhupada says there is a slogan in every note, there is a slogan. In God we trust. There is a slogan. They write everywhere. Just like in India, they write something they write on a note. They write, in God we trust. They say like that. But Prabhupada said it's just a slogan. You call President of America, ask him. Ask that rascal. Prabhupada said, I cannot say. Prabhupada used to say, ask that rascal. What is God? How can you trust somebody without knowing him? Suppose I know this bank is there. You have some money. You can keep in the bank. Why? You trust the bank. You have a friend. You can keep money with him. Why you can keep money with a friend? Because you trust that friend. So if you don't know something, how can you trust him? So what is this? God we trust without knowing God? Then Prabhupada says, he asked some American, where is God? He said, it is in the air. Prabhupada said, in the air, so many birds are also there. So basically, around the world, it's not only America, only India also. India's situation presently is worst. There is humbug, complete confusion about God. So, God is very great. Here it is explained, just by blinking his eyes, he can destroy the whole universe. It's so powerful. And what is so special for us now is that if we offer service to this great personality, time will not touch you. Now Karmi, what is he doing? There was a famous joke I told a few times, let us repeat again. Because it is not going inside our heart. We are repeating the joke, but we are still not convinced. We make a building, huge building. And then after that, what are you going to do? You are going to burn that building. People will laugh at you. Why are you spending 100 crore making a big building when you go to burn? The same way, what is the Karmi doing? Prabhupada gives another example for that. He says on the beach, they are making something. Children are making something. Parents are sitting and smiling. Why? They are very excited. They are making, they'll make a house, they'll make a tree. Children are busy with the sand, they're making their own city. Parents sitting at the back, they're smiling. Why? Now they know a tide is going to come any time, whole thing will be destroyed. So karmis are very busy. Prabhupada say they are thinking they are enjoying, but they are only living. Now recently we went to Bangalore. We saw skyscrapers after skyscrapers. They have one road, then another road, highway. One like this, another one like this. You cannot even make out, such a mesh it is. One road will cut like this, go below like this. So complicated. But they are thinking, Prabhupada said they are enjoying. They are not enjoying, they are laboring. Karmis are such fools. In the name of enjoyment, they are only laboring. Laboring. It is easy to make this idea. Same in America. When Prabhupada saw in America, so many big highways. One like this, one above like this, one below like this. So much effort to make all that. Because nothing comes free. There is a huge effort. But Prabhupada said, you are such foolish people. You are thinking you are enjoying. But the joke is, you are laboring so much, which you are not able to see. You are not able to see how much you are laboring. But they are thinking they are enjoying. But the enjoyment and labor is contradictory. And it does not match. Ask anybody working in office. So much a boss increases work. He is not happy. So labor and enjoyment are contradictory activities. But in spiritual life, there is no labor. Kevala Ananda Kanda. There is no labor here. Just like discussing that Kashta, there is no Kashta here. Only pleasure. Provided we come to the platform, proper platform. In Krishna consciousness, as we advance in the sadhana level, definitely there is labor. We should not think, I will do what I enjoy. Sir, sadhana level, there is labor. Sadhana time, there is labor. We are not enjoying sadhana. We want to chant. We don't want to get up for Mangala. We don't want to dance in Kirtan. We don't want to read Prabhupada books. We don't want to eat prasada. We want to eat so. So sadhaka means no. Respect for the Acharya, he follows that. Therefore it is called Kanishta Dikari. When he starts following the Acharya, he is called Kanishta. But actually, a real bhakta is much higher. He is much higher than Karmi or Jnani. What is Karmi doing anyway? Karmi is only engaging and building his assets for sense gratification and trying to enjoy material nature, which is a failure, bifala, bhaya, which is a complete failure. He tries and everything is a failure and everything is withdrawn from him. When he dies, he loses everything. Parishrama, he does hard work, so much hard work that foam comes from his mouth. Bifala, it's of no use finally. Bhaya, he is full of fear all the time. Mamritu. That's a futile, wasteful, foolish life of a karmi. Karmi means, Prabhupada says, simple straight up. Karmi means animal. That's all. Prabhupada never gives him any respect more than that. And these karmis are generally engaged, Prabhupada said, for personal selfishness or extended selfishness. Personal means for his own self or his own wife and children. He cannot think of serving Krishna. For Krishna, he is ready only on paisa. For his own wife and family, his whole life busy gratifying. This person is called a karmi. Jnani is little better. At least he understands the futility of sense gratification. So whatever karmi does, Krishna is saying one day it is destroyed, waste. It's not permanent. Whatever he is achieving, happiness is also momentary, no satisfaction. And whatever assets he creates, one day will be kicked out from there and thrown into another world. So that is the life of a karmi. He may have big achievement to become Prime Minister of India, but next life become a dog. This is the karmi life, typical life of a karmi. Whole life is engaged all by legal, illegal means to bring money for his sense gratification. Correct? And because of the sinful activities he does for all these material pleasures, next life he goes to become a worm in the stool, or a bird, or whatever, or a plant. Waste. Whole life is destroyed. That is karma. His assets, his life, his achievements, all that. Bhagavad Gita also says, what is the shloka? Mogasha, moga karmana, moga jnana, vichetasaha. Then ठीक है? So this is the life of a karmi. Everything, mokasha, everything is bewildered. His activities, his knowledge, everything is waste. Okay. No need to waste time hearing a karmi. Jnani is a little better at least, but he is also a failure. Why? At least Jnani has one understanding. Sense gratification is not good. We have to honor him for that. Actually, we are not Jnani also in one sense. Jnani at least has a realization. What realization he has? Tyagi. Jnani is always a Tyagi. He is a man of wisdom. He rejects sense gratification. You propose to him sense gratification, he rejects. But then, he does not take shelter of Krishna. So what does Brahma say? Ye Arvindaksha Vimukta Maninaha. Because Abhishukta Buddhaye, they neglect to take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. What happens? Patanti Yadaha. They fall. So they also even try to merge into the Brahman effulgence and Dhamma, they also fall down. So whatever they try to achieve is also failure. Why? They neglect to take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. Where a bhakta, from even beginning, now we are all beginners only, but the greatest achievement of a karmi, we reject. The greatest achievement of a jnani, we reject. How is it we have so much courage? Because you have taken shelter of a pure devotee. We are Kanishtas now. But even a Kanishta Bhakta is much greater than a greatest jnani, greatest of karmi. Therefore it's a Kaivalyam Narakayate. What a jnani achieves, devotee is Naraka. This is the Pura Akasha Pushpayate. What a karmi achieves, oh, heavenly pleasures, flowers in the sky. Flowers in the sky have no meaning. It is a phantasmagoria, it's an illusion. And it does not exist. There are no flowers hanging in the sky. But Tridasapura Akash Pushpayate, Tridashapura. There are crores of heavenly pleasures, planets available. There are crores of planets and crores of enjoyment there. Tridasha means 30. Pura means crores. 30 crore. We have 30 crores of planets in this, or 30 crore devatas are there. Sorry. So at least 30 crore planets have to be there. Now scientists can keep counting. Tridasha Pura. 30 crore devatas are there. So 30 crores of heavenly pleasures are available now. 30 crore heavenly planets are there where pleasures are much more than earth planet. We imagine like America, people run for heavenly pleasure. But devatas, they enjoy 10,000 times more than even America. Their body, their mind is meant for higher pleasure. And the senses are so strong. It's like when people become old, they cannot enjoy Rasgulla. Why? Tongue is not strong now. So devata, their senses are very strong. Each pleasure which we know of the 5 sense objects with these 5 senses, the pleasure is 10,000 more. And they enjoy whole life. The body is also much better. So even if these pleasures you talk to a devotee, it resists. Why? Mercy of Lord Chaitanya. So if we are even getting an idea means we have started receiving the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Take it nicely. The devotee situation is very glorious. Why? Bhagavad Gita says. How is a devotee greater than both these people? Neha vikramana shavasti pratyavayo na vidyate salvam apyasya dharmasya rayate mahato maya. Whatever effort you do as a devotee, okay, Prabhupada says 1 gram of energy invested in Krishna consciousness will not be a waste. Your tons of energy as a karmi is a waste. Your tons of energy as a jnani is a waste. What did karmi do? Whole life is plot to make a building. Next time you become a rat. What is the use of that? Waste. Jnani, what he did? So much of knowledge he is cultivating. He is learning Sanskrit. He is going through scriptures, trying to understand. I am not body, I am spirit. Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says. Kleshopikadalastesham avyakta sakta chetasam. Those people attached to impersonalism, their life is only torturous, waste. The whole life they struggled, so much kashta. And at the end of it, Dhamma. Brahma certifies they will fall down from Brahman effulgence. Why? Because they neglect the lotus feet of Krishna and they don't offer devotion service to Krishna. Without activity, Atma cannot live. Just like there nowadays, somebody dies, you rest in peace. But soul does not rest, sir. What is all this? Rest in peace. Somebody dies, they will all say, rest in peace. May the soul rest in peace. But how can soul rest? Soul does not rest when you sleep also. We are every day and the next day. It's scientific. It is logical. Soul does not rest. It's not going to rest. It is going to be active. So, the Brahmavadis have this problem. Soul should rest in Brahman. It cannot rest. It will come down from there for activity. Just like a child. When he is naughty, you can put him on a top of some place so that he stops his naughty activities. After that, he will become restless. He has to do some activity. He will come down. So soul will also fall down from that condition and again start indulging in some material activity. But a bhakta, Prabhupada says, 1 ounce of energy, little energy you are invested in service to Krishna will not be waste. Immediately Krishna notices and catches the hand. Protection starts from that moment when you start saying, Krishna, I like to serve you. From that moment, Krishna's compassion and protection is invoked. Krishna is a great personality, very great personality. Just like you meet some great personality, little service you do, he will not forget all that. Correct? Krishna is the greatest personality. He will never forget. Okay? So a devotee, whatever energy invested in Krishna consciousness is not a waste. In fact, Narada says that in the Bhagavatam. What is the shloka? Taktva sadharmam charanamujam hare bhajan apokvapi pate tato yadi yatva kamadram abhudam mushikim kovatva dvavajatam sadharmata. He says, apakva, I was not very mature in offering service to Krishna. And I gave up all my duties and responsibilities of this world, so-called duties and responsibilities. I gave up. And I took shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. Then what happened? Because I was not mature in devotion, pate tato yadi. In case he falls down, what happens? Narada Muni says, what is inauspicious about it? And if somebody did all this karma kanda very nicely, Narada is saying, what is the use of all that? What is the use of all that? Somebody says, I took care of my family very nicely. I brought up my children very nicely. I take care of my parents very nicely. That's good. We are not saying that is bad. That's good. But did you offer devotion service to Krishna? No. And what is the use of that? Animals also do that. Animals also take care of the children. Correct? We have seen. Tigers also, the most ferocious animal, very nicely take care of the child. What is so special about you in that? In a human form, there is nothing special if you have done that. I am not saying it is bad, but there is nothing special. Animals also do that. They take care of the children. But real thing special in the human life is what? To take shelter of Krishna. Even beginning in that, we just said, Krishna, give me shelter at your lotus feet. Yes, you prayed once. It's glorious. Variyam. It's very glorious. It is very, very auspicious. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, somebody used to once chant name of Krishna, used to be so happy, so glorious. So next what happens, he is continuing in this Bhagavatam here, and it says that if you associate with a devotee, devotee is not, we are talking about ordinary devotee, a great devotee. As an ordinary devotee also, we can do play a part. Sometimes we can save somebody's life by giving him the correct idea. But a pure devotee is still greater. He says, the shloka says, Shana Ardha. Shana means a moment, one moment. Half moment of association with the pure devotee can save somebody. His whole life can become, Prabhupada says, he can become fully satisfied. By what? If by half moment he associates with a devotee. Shana Ardha. His whole life can become glorious just by that. So tomorrow we continue on that. Today the basic idea given. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.